How you doing?
Really, man.
How you doing?
Handshakes?
Yeah. What's your name?
Les.
Les. How you doing?
Nice to meet you. What's your, you like advocating for stuff? Or?
Yeah, I'm out here showing the hidden truths in the meat, egg, and dairy industry. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've seen that footage before. You're advocating for.
Would you say you're against this kind of cruelty to animals?
Oh yeah.
You are?
I have a maybe not unique, but I haven't heard too many people say it before. I morally think that being vegan would. Are you advocating for veganism?
Yes.
Or just the ending of cruelty?
Yeah, vegan.
I know there's two different things.
Veganism.
Okay. I think personally, like I said, I just haven't heard anybody have this opinion. I have multiple very good friends that are vegan. Morally, I do think it's the right thing.
Do you think we can be against this animal abuse, animal cruelty, while still going into the grocery store and paying for meat, eggs, and dairy? I mean, what would that make us?
Hypocrites.
Okay.
For sure. I think I know morally that I am against it, and I hypocritically enact multiple times a day usually.
So what's stopping you from aligning your morals with your actions?
Laziness, mostly. Laziness and convenience.
Convenience. What about taste?
Taste? Yeah, I was vegan for a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think I was very good at it because I still ate products that were, contained.
I mean, it's a journey. When a person becomes vegan, it's a journey. Mm-hmm. Some people go vegan overnight, and some people it's a slowly, gradual process.
Yeah. Well, I specifically I used to be. I'm not sure where you align politically, but I used to be a right winger. I'm a leftist now. I've had a lot of change in my life. I grew up being taught to hate myself.
Okay.
And a whole bunch of different shit. I'm not trying to give you my life story, but
that's okay.
I went through the the alt-right pipeline, and over there are a whole bunch of meat eaters, I wanted to get in shape. I still want to get in shape, and I thought that eating protein, maximizing protein, would be the best way to do that is obviously meat. And it's still right now I'm effectively homeless, even though I don't like to use that word, but it does describe my position. Mm-hmm. But I'm effectively homeless. So I'm not gonna get jacked while being homeless because getting jacked is expensive whether you're vegan or not.
Right, for sure. Yeah.
But at some point in my life, if I do try to get jacked, I feel like it's gonna be hard.
What do you mean jacked?
Built like having big muscles. Just having a physique of a guy that's really jacked.
First of all, the world kind of manipulates us and conditions us to buy their products by saying things like this. Meat's full of protein, you need protein. When in fact, this is a lie. Where do you think cows get their protein from?
I mean, they do eat grass. I'm not sure if
plants. So animals get their protein from plants.
Right.
It's a direct protein, first-hand protein. So when we eat, all fruits and all vegetables have protein. And these are first-hand proteins which are super healthy for you. Okay. Causing death to an animal and eating a second-hand protein is not good for you. The meat industry lie to people.
Right.
The FDA want you to buy these products so you get sick and give them your money,
Yeah, well, I mean, that's it's neither here nor there. I have made my mind up on this issue. I do want to be vegan.
So let me ask you this: what would be the number one benefit for you going vegan?
Morally, just for moral sake, to get that out of the way.
You can name him.
Morally, it would just be the fact that I'm not contributing to killing animals.
Wow, you shocked me. Normally everyone says, well, my health, a selfish thing, but that's absolutely right. You would no longer be an animal abuser because eating just a little piece of meat from an animal is an animal abuser, and you said you're against animal abuse. So your actual number one benefit for you is you'd no longer be a hypocrite because you can't be going into the store paying for that suffering and torture while saying you're against this. So, what's stopping you from going vegan today?
So I haven't. This is what
you think it's more expensive, or?
I think it isn't more expensive.
Because it's not. It's cheaper.
Yeah. A can of green beans is going to be cheaper.
If you go into the fresh fruit and vegetable area too, and then rice and beans and all the breads, and there's many vegan processed foods they do now as well, which are a little more expensive, but there you go, it's way cheaper.
I just feel like Americans in general, probably most people, have like grown up in a very meat-centric society.
We've been conditioned. I remember as a child, my mother wouldn't let me leave the table until I finished my plate.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the vegetables around with a fork. I didn't want them. And then she would say, just eat the meat then. That was the most expensive part. Just eat the meat and you can go. If I would have known what happens to if my parents would have told me the truth, what the animals go through, I would have threw it in her face. You know what I mean? It's hidden from us as children.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I feel like if you do eat meat, especially because so many products are in, so many meat products are in everything. It does limit me because I can't really afford. Generally, it's hit or miss, but I can't generally afford the fancier vegan stuff. So it kind of would limit me to mostly canned foods.
No, you can just do without the fancy vegan stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
And I know that. And that's where it comes into kind of like a little bit of poverty, but mostly laziness.
I mean, if we define the word vegan, it's not a diet. The word vegan is to cause the least amount of suffering towards all animals.
Yeah.
And when we go in the store and I see a piece of steak, you know what I'm thinking? What's going on in my mind? I'm seeing an animal that suffered, was tortured and died.
Yeah.
And that's what stops me, 'cause I don't want no part of that suffering. Life's too short. We can live a more compassionate and kinder life, right?
Definitely.
But we can do this. Is the dollar amount more important? What if you have to pay $2 for a mushroom or $1 for a steak, and you only had $1? Let me tell you what the answer is. You starve. You do without.
Right. Definitely.
Get a half a mushroom.
I mean, I do think that there is like a portion of blame to be on the society that we live in.
Yeah, it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
But
it does become our fault once we know the truth. Once we know the truth, we are responsible.
Yeah. I mean, I've been thinking about going vegan for literally years. I did go vegan for a while. I travel for a living.
Let me give you one of these little cards.
Okay.
I don't know if I've put it on me. It's probably in my pocket. Let me find it here.
I've heard a lot of people have success going from meat eating to less meat eating.
It's all about support, yes.
Then becoming eventually
so
vegan.
Here's a card I want you to take. This side here is a whole bunch of documentaries. They're all free to watch. Some are on YouTube, some are on Netflix, and so and so. There's one on there called Gary Yourofsky's most famous speech.
Okay.
And I think it'll blow you away.
All right.
You can watch them in your own time, but
thank you.
I kind of leave people with this thought. Remember that every day you're not vegan. What you saw on the screen here, these animals, and let's see where we're at here. These are male baby calves, worthless in the dairy industry because they don't produce milk. They're taken away from mum just a few hours old. Sometimes brutally killed a few hours old because they're worthless. They've been genetically bred to grow skinny, to produce milk. So worthless, and they're shackled by the feet. Just one bite of meat, we're directly responsible. We're contributing to this. I mean, who's worse, the person doing the killing or us paying for this to happen?
So just really quick, I have things to blah, blah, blah. But,
that's okay.
Really quick, I think I already know your position. I think I already know my position, but you think there's any kind of more ethical way to do this?
That's a good question. You think a more humane way?
I think there would be,
Okay.
but it wouldn't. It would still be killing animals.
Yeah, so,
Like, to get meat, you have to kill the animal.
I mean, the answer to that question,
Something humanely.
I know you know that, like humane slaughter, those two words do not go together.
Yeah.
And if you put yourself in the animal's position, how would you want to be humanely killed?
Yeah.
When we look at these male calves here, these are the females here locked up in little tiny cages because they can't have the milk from the mum. And they'll grow up and be forcibly impregnated every year to lactate.
Do you think, like,
And then to like go do something.
there is a viable future with, like, no animal kill? Do you think humans can?
Things happen slowly. Like, for example, slavery was approved. It was in the Bible. Everyone was doing slavery. And one person stood up, and eventually enough people stood up to notice and change. So it starts today. I can't change the whole world, but it starts one person at a time, seeing the truth, letting it grow within them, and making that change themselves. I can't change you to vegan. This is something you would do by yourself. It comes from inside. It's an act of kindness and compassion, saying that you don't want to contribute to this male baby calf begging for his life.
Yeah.
Shot him in the head and he's come back up and he's begging. And what does the guy do?
I mean, I guess that question is kind of loaded, because then you would have to, like, if you're going to be vegan, that is going to help. But, like, if you want to try to advocate for a future where everyone is vegan and we don't need to kill animals anymore, then you're going up against, like, multi-million, trillion-dollar corporations and all the propaganda.
Well, all these big companies phase out and change.
Yeah.
They'll all start selling plant-based meats. They'll stop. When we go in the store and we pay for meat, we're causing the supply and demand.
Yeah.
So the factory there, they forcibly impregnate another cow because people keep buying. And so once the supply and demand comes down, they'll stop forcibly impregnating these animals and start showing them kindness. So,
Thank you, man.
oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name again?
Les.
Les, I'm Brian.
All right.
So thanks for stopping. Just remember, for every day you're not vegan, they will continue to suffer in your name.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I've thought about that a lot.
So I appreciate you stopping, man. Take care.
I'll look at the stuff.
Yeah, check him out in your own time.
Okay.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Oh, and thank you for being out here and advocating for what you.
Oh, no problem. Maybe one day you'll join me.
Yeah, hopefully.
So, are you ready to speak up for the animals? Anonymous for the Voiceless. They'll train you how to be confident and speak boldly to your friends and strangers in the street. Check them out. anonymousforthevoiceless.org. What are you waiting for?